Thank you for joining me in my 5 minute Bible boost today. I'm Pastor Terrell Bradley of Heart Baptist Church in London, Kentucky. I know when I turned 16, one of the most exciting things in my life was the opportunity to get a driver's license and to begin to drive an automobile. Part of the requirement for that is that I learned the rules of the road and also that I learned the signs of the road. And they're signs that have distinctive meanings and distinctive purposes. And we're reminded of the importance of those signs every day when we drive. One sign, kind of a yellow triangular sign, is the yield sign. Now, yield sign is not a stop sign, but it certainly serves an important purpose. A yield sign basically says that I must give way to someone else who perhaps is coming along a different road or coming up on an entrance ramp of the interstate. And it's my responsibility to give them place so that they can go through first, so that both of us can go safely and continue safely on our journey. So a yield sign has an important place. The word yield is a significant word. Now, I've driven enough to know that sometimes I'm not real sure if people understand what a yield sign is or not, because it seems sometimes people run right on through. And I'm sure there have been many accidents as a result of those occasions. But yielding in life is important. It's giving way. It's giving way if you're driving to other automobiles and drivers. And in our spiritual life, it is giving way to the things of God, yielding ourselves, giving preference to the things of God. Now, a yield sign is not a stop sign, but it can become a stop sign. If there's another vehicle coming, then you have to stop. You have to allow that automobile to go through because they have the legal right to go through and you don't. And regarding our spiritual life, the same is true. We need to stop. When God calls for us to yield, we need to not only slow down, but we need to stop and give Him place in our life. And one of the things we have to be so careful about is making sure that our lives are pure before Him. And that's an important thing. We live in a world today where people do their own thing. And it's important for us in the spiritual sense to give God the place in our life, to yield over to Him. In Romans chapter 6 and verse 12, Paul says, "Do not let sin reign in your mortal body so that you obey its lusts." In other words, don't let sin control you. Yield to the things of the Spirit. And when you do, then you have victory over the things of the world. And you have victory over sin. As you yield to the things of the Lord, then He becomes the master of your life. Now, that yielding is a constant thing. It isn't a one-time event, is it? Just as if I drive today, I'm responsible to yield. And if I drive tomorrow, I'll be responsible to yield tomorrow as well if I come to that sign. The same is true in our Christian life. We have to give God the place every day. It's a daily yielding. And sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes it's not easy. But when we yield to Him, He always gives what is best to us. And that's what yielding to the Spirit of God is all about. And so we're encouraged to do that. Remember that the Lord Jesus Christ did not die to make you a slave, He died to make you a son. We are part of the family of God when we come to Christ and we're redeemed and when we're saved. And as a spiritual son, then God expects us then to conduct ourselves appropriately. So let's yield where we need to yield, stop where we need to stop, and allow the Spirit to lead us in the things that will allow us to live the complete life that God has for us. I thank you for joining me today, and I pray that we will be a yielding people to the Spirit of God, that we will give control over to the Lord so that He may receive glory and honor through our lives and in the things that we do. God bless you.